Good morning, everyone. Well, we continue to wait. The rapture's out there somewhere, but we don't need to be bothered with it right now because we've got work to do. And the world is slowly moving further and further from God. Now, Israel did do what they said they were going to do, and they did attack Iran. But they went up close to the nuclear sites and attacked some buildings close to it, but didn't get anywhere near the nuclear sites to prove that they could take out their nuclear sites, which would shut down the power for Iran. Okay, so they're playing chess still, so each player moves, and then the next player moves. We'll see what they do. Iran, through Russia, said that they probably won't do any further attacking, knowing that Israel could easily get past their defenses. Okay, so we're continuing on. We're in the 3rd chapter of James. So turn with me to James 3:1. And this one's titled The Untamable Tongue. As I've said, your tongue only weighs a few ounces. Why can't you hold it? My brethren, let not many of you become teachers, knowing that we shall receive a stricter judgment. Sort of fish jump. They're right up close to the bank, and that water is only about that deep, maybe that deep. If you can see them moving in the water, you can cast right over to them. Fly fishing would probably be good there, but I don't know what they fish with here. I know there's a bait shop that you can go get worms. I don't fish anymore. I really don't have a need for it. I've got a lash or something in my eye. Where is it? I can see it, but I can't see without my glasses, I can't see anything close. Okay. And in verse 2, for we all stumble in many things. If anyone does not stumble in word, he is a perfect man, able also to bridle the whole body. So if you can control this, you can control your whole body. This is hard. So you've all got spiritual gifts. I talk about this all the time. Pick the one that you're best at. Whatever your gift is. You know, sometimes you might have more than one, but most of the time you've only got one. Whatever you're good at, then focus in that direction. If you're good at numbers, then work with numbers. If you're good with people, then work with people. Whatever your gift is, God will help you exploit it. And then it might branch off some different directions, but your core, the tree, the branch that comes out of it, will be based on the strength of the tree itself. Okay. Indeed, we put bits in horse's mouth that they may be able to obey us. Having that thing in their mouth is okay when it's just sitting there. It's not comfortable when you're tugging on it. And they can fight it, but once you, quote, break a horse, then they pretty much turn into slaves and will do whatever you tell them to do within reason. You can't beat horses to submission. They don't like that. But you can control them through love and they will follow you or carry you or whatever you need. Okay. And when we turn their whole body, when we turn the head, the whole body goes with it. Look also at ships. Although they are so large, they are driven by fierce winds, but they are turned by a very small rudder, wherever the pilot desires. These are examples that James is giving us from God to show us that it doesn't take a lot. This is a small part of my whole body. Yet, I can control where my body goes. I can control whether I can be accepted into some place or not accepted by what comes out of it. Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasts of great things. See how great a forest a little fire kindles. And the tongue is a fire in a world of iniquity. Just say something to correct somebody in this world, and you might as well just light a match and throw it into the tinder. Tongue is set among our members that it defiles the whole body and sets on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire by hell. Satan can use the mouth too. So you got to be careful. Christians cannot be indwelled by demons, but they can get into our thoughts and give us ideas and suggestions. Satan came up to Jesus and tempted him. They were communicating. They were using the scripture to communicate, but they were communicating. For every kind of beast and bird or of reptile and creature of the sea is tamed and has been tamed by mankind. That was our job. That was Adam's job. Name the animals. You got to know them to name them. But no man can tame the tongue. Many have tried. Things are falling from the tree. There goes somebody leaving the park. They weren't here very long. You never know whether someone's leaving, whether they caught as much as they want or didn't catch any. You can't tell. You can't tell about people unless you can get close enough to talk to them. So no man can tame a tongue. It is unruly evil, full of deadly poison. But with it we bless our God and Father, and with it we curse men who have been made in the... What is this word? Similitude. Made similar to God, made in the likeness of God. I don't know what that word is. And this isn't King James. Out of the same mouth proceeds blessings and cursings. Because the mouth merely is an opening to the brain what our thoughts are. My brethren, these things ought not to be so. Does a spring send forth fresh water and bitter water from the same opening? No, can't. Can a fig tree, my brethren, bear olives? Or a grapevine bear figs? Thus no spring yields both salt water and fresh. So how is it that we can control this? Because it's controlled by what's inside of us. And if you're not putting enough of the Word in, other things will get in there. Who is wise and understanding among you? Let him show by good conduct that his works are done in the meekness of wisdom. So here's what we're getting into. If you truly are a Christian, we can tell by what you say and what you do. You don't have to tell us you're a Christian. But if you have bitter envy and self-seeking in your hearts, do not boast and lie against the truth. This wisdom does not descend from above, but is earthly, sensual, and demonic. If it's all about the earth, what you can gain, that doesn't come from God. Only good things come from God from above. For where envy and self-seeking exist, confusion and every evil thing are there. Again, you can tell a tree by its fruit. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, willing to yield, full of mercy and good fruits. Without partiality, we talked about that yesterday, and without hypocrisy. Don't do as I do, do as I say. Jesus talked about the religious leaders of the time. He said, do whatever they tell you to do. Just don't follow their example. Now the fruit of the righteous is sown in peace by those who make peace. We have wars going on. Wonder who's sowing those. Now we know the Bible tells us that Iran is going to be around for a long time, so no matter what Israel wants to do, they cannot eliminate Iran/Persia. They can put them in their place for a little bit, but you can't get rid of them. And the same thing goes for Russia and any of the end-time players. Turkey is beginning to reveal their true position. Oh, they've been playing up to the West because they've been wanting to trade and get into organizations. The United Nations is still out there being heard from. I don't know why we continue to support them. Every country in there but maybe two hate us. They never vote for Israel or the United States. I say never, unless it's so blatantly obvious that not voting for it would be stupid and we'd kick them out. We pay for everything and we keep them housed here in the United States. We ought to go ahead and send them to Iran where they belong. Make them house them. Make them pay for it. All right, things are starting to get back to normal, if you can call it that, in the Middle East. Israel has done this now before Passover, which is getting ready to start. It was thought that they were going to wait until after, but what they did was quick and decisive so they can be done with it now. That way it's not hanging over them. They're still going to continue, and they just did a major attack in Rafah. They're going to continue to move in there and clean that out. That's what they need to do. Get rid of Hamas, or they're going to be a problem. Eliminate, one at a time, the proxies, and then go after Iran. If they all start launching, Israel will nuke their facilities, or at least bomb them. We're told that the western side of Iran will be unlivable. Well, that's where their nuclear power plants are. If we take those out and there's radiation leakage, it's no different than Chernobyl or any of the other places where there's been leakage. You can't live there. Now, you can take a tour of Chernobyl for a short time. You can go in, let you look around. You can see all this equipment sitting there. There's amusement parks, there's houses, other buildings, all just sitting there. Nobody lives there. They can't. They would die. And there's going to be parts of the Middle East like that here soon. Just keep holding on. You know, if you're in a roller coaster, you can hold on. You know, brave people. That's a caterpillar that fell on me. Okay. A little fuzzy caterpillar. Now I can take time to see it. There are some people that enjoy that kind of stuff. They put their hands in the air and they scream because they enjoy it. Be prepared to deal with it when it comes, because You can hear the little tick, 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 tick as it's going up the hill. Get ready. And again, we don't know when we're getting out of here. We have no idea. Only God does. And He's going to pull us out at the last second. So it's going to be, in appearance, crazy around us. It's not crazy yet. Not in the West. There's parts of the world that are, but you don't deal with the whole world just because a part of it's like that. When it's like that here, then you know we're getting to the end. Big time. All right, till we meet in the clouds. God bless. Little extra video around my camp. That's my closest neighbor, and he works all the time. So I never see him. Got a couple of other campers over there who come in on the weekend. They just park them there. We have a tent way down at the bottom down there. Those are the short-term stay tents. They come out there and they're fish for a few days. They can only stay in the non-electric sites for 5 days. And we just keep making our circle. I don't see the goose. There's one goose here, female goose that stays here permanently. She may have been shot in the wing a year or so ago, and she can fly a little ways, but she can't fly a long distance. I don't see her. She's not friendly enough for me to get up close yet. There's another tent back in those trees, and you can see some trailers back in there. So and there's my tent, so we're in a perfect spot here. I can't really have immediate neighbors. Ah, that's a bird of some sort. It came in, hit the water, and with a splash, like it was diving. You can't see it. It's in through the trees. I don't know what it is. All right. You guys have a blessed day.